What's up, you guys? Matt Thibeau here with Savant Marketing Agency, and in this video we're going to break down how we help this landscaper get 192 leads in 5 months and collect $75,000 in cash collected with around $42,000 in pending estimates. And in this video I'm going to break it down into a couple different quadrants. The first thing we're going to cover is these 3 things that made all the difference for this campaign and why it made it so successful. The next thing that we're going to cover is all of the stats for the campaign, the cost per lead, all of the numbers, everything kind of behind the scenes. And then the final part of this video is I'm going to break down what we are going to be doing in the future to make this campaign even more successful and improve it long term. So let's jump right into things here. I want to respect your time and just give you a ton of really good insight today. So like I said, let's start off with these 3 things that made all the difference for this landscaper so that if you're a landscaper, you could implement something similar and hopefully get a similar result as well. So let's jump right into things here. So the first thing out of these 3 things here that I want to talk to you about is the market, right? So let's talk first about the market. The market that we chose for this campaign is very broad. So this is a Facebook ads campaign for this landscaper. And right now on Facebook, what's working really well is mostly just broad targeting. So basically what we did for this campaign are men and women who are age 25 plus, live in the selected area, like the geographical area that this client wanted to focus on, and that's pretty much it. So what I recommend for a Facebook ads campaign for the market is going to be around 1 million plus. You could get away with like 500,000 or so, but I typically recommend around that range of people. So the market that we chose for this campaign was actually pretty broad. A lot of people will try and do a lot of interest targeting and go super specific on Facebook ads. And right now, what's working really well is just to do a fairly broad market. So if you're running Facebook ads, experiment with keeping it broad. And you're going to see, and we'll talk about these 2 other things here that made the difference. You're going to see it's actually going to help your results a lot more. Now, there is a little bit of a caveat to this, is that you could do something called a lookalike audience, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But this first thing here, the market, we actually went very broad with the targeting on Facebook ads. So that's number 1. So number 2 is the message, right? So the message that we did for this campaign. So this is arguably the most important part of any successful Facebook ads campaign. So the message that we chose for this campaign, obviously he's a landscaper. Over time, this message changed. In the beginning of the season of when we were starting this, it was kind of more of like general spring cleanups and just general landscaping jobs, right? And then now, at the time of recording this video, we're kind of going into fall. And so the messaging that we're choosing to do now are aeration ads for just simple aeration jobs on someone's lawn, right? And so the message is really important because what a lot of landscapers will do is they go super broad with their message and just say, hey, we can do this, we could do that, we can do all that. But if you want to be really successful on Facebook ads specifically, then the messaging needs to be very, very specific. So the niche that we're choosing to go after right now is aeration, and it's pretty much that exclusively. And then the next thing that you need to understand when it comes to the message is not only do you need to have a niche, but you also need to have an attractive offer. So the offer that most people do is going to be something like a discount offer. Hey, we only have 10 spots available and we're offering 10% off, that type of thing. You'll see that a lot with Facebook ads. What I find is doing any kind of discount offer, like 10 or 15% off or whatever, it does a couple things that I would not recommend. So the first thing is that you're attracting the wrong type of people in the ad. You're attracting people who are just like looking for a discount. And in my opinion, the bigger the discount, kind of the more of these type of price shoppers you're going to attract. The other thing is that now you're kind of just branding your business as being like a discount type company. So unless you're actually a cheap company and you can offer like really affordable prices, you should not be doing that. This particular client charges much more than the average person, so we're not going to go down that road. So instead, what we did is what we focused on for a marketing angle is speed. So he was doing a same-day estimate offer on that, giving them a rough same-day estimate. The other thing that we focused in on for the offer is including a free mowing service, one free mowing service with every aeration job that he does. This is something that's like super easy for him to include. And to some people, this is like a lot of extra value, which is going to make them want to actually reach out and get an estimate, right? And so that was kind of what we did for the messaging there. Super effective. That was able to help this campaign big time. So I said that the messaging was important, but here's the third thing when it came to this Facebook ads campaign that was really like the game changer, right? And that is the media that we chose. So like I said, this campaign was exclusively Facebook ads, right? That's the platform that we chose to use. But going deeper than that, the media that we chose to use, as in like the actual creatives or the images or videos that we actually chose to use for these ads, is super important. Most landscapers, when they're doing any kind of like advertisement on Facebook, they'll do like some kind of stock photo and just like edit up some graphics. And I'm here to tell you that that's not working anymore on Facebook. If you're expecting to just go on, something like Canva or just Photoshop like a really simple photo, like a Photoshopped stock image that just has like some 10% off discount or something, you're going to get leads, but it's not going to work very well. If you want to get great results on Facebook, I'll tell you what's working really, really well in terms of media. So what's working really well right now are before and after pictures, action shots, and videos from your phone. I call them selfie videos, or like these little social media videos that are like, caption type videos. These are what's working really, really well right now. And the ads that are working really well right now for this client, for the aeration, I'll show it right here. This one is just like a really simple picture of the actual work. It's not even a before and after picture, but it is an original image that the client was able to get us of the work that he did. And then we just added on like some of the details on it, like in Photoshop. So it's not a stock image. We're using original images, and it does grab people's attention. So that one was the most effective like still image. And then here's the video that we actually included, which you can see is just a really simple video of just someone on the aeration machine just doing the actual thing, and then we've got like kind of like a funny title in there. So these were the highest performing media that we chose to use on Facebook, and by far was like outperforming anything else that a lot of people would be doing on like stock images or anything like that. So that is what I would recommend. I'll tell you like some of the content that we're going to be doing going forward to make it even better, but this was the content that we were able to get from the client that was performing the best, right? So those are the three things that we did for this campaign that really made it successful. And now I just want to break down to you all of the stats for the campaign so that you can get a better idea of like the performance from a whole, right? So like I said, 192 leads in 5 months. It's actually more leads than that. Those are 192 form submissions on Facebook, but that's not including phone calls. So phone calls can be a little bit harder to track, especially in this case because we wanted them to be able to text the client and like use his actual phone number. And he was able to close $75,000 in cash collected from that. Now, each one of these jobs is about an average of like around $900. And the reason for that is because in the stats there, we actually have tracked 73 jobs closed. So that kind of shows you that the average job was around like, $900, $1,000. Like it's pretty much the same, the amount of jobs that we closed to like the amount of cash collected, right? So I have 192 leads, 73 jobs closed, not too shabby. We were coming in for our cost per lead at around $49. Now again, something to remember with this though, is that $49 is for form submissions on Facebook, not including phone calls. He did get more leads than that, but we're just gonna count like the form submissions because that's like the easiest thing to track, right? So we're coming in at $49 a lead. which is pretty good. Anywhere between like, I would say $30 to like 50 to 60. 60 is getting high, but I would say $30 to $50 for a cost per lead on Facebook right now. That's like good. That's like the average. We have some campaigns where it's like, we're getting like $5 leads, $6 leads. But for this particular niche, fairly competitive. And so, we would consider that like a good performance. It's scalable, right? Here's some more stats for you that I'm going to look at here. So we have and then the last one here, the last stat is we had the 42,000 of outstanding quotes, right? So we still have lots of potential to be able to get this much higher because he already has like a lot of quotes in his pipeline. So these are all pending. And then obviously we're continuing the campaign going forward. So that this number is going to be even higher. So these are going to be in follow-up and definitely being worked on to be able to be fully closed, right? So those are some of the stats of like behind the scenes for this campaign. And now I'm going to break down just some of the things that we're going to be doing going forward that are going to make this campaign work even better. So number one, the first thing would just be like the ad creatives. So what this is like what I was talking to you about of like before and after pictures, action shots, and selfie videos. By far, what we're finding that works the best right now are these selfie videos of where you just take your phone and just like introduce yourself, under a minute long. We edit them up and we use like really cool captions and stuff. And they're working really well because they're super engaging and people love to see like who's behind the scenes of this business. So we actually asked the client, we wrote up the scripts for him, and we gave him everything that he needs to be able to get these types of videos to us. And what we're going to be doing, because right now at the time of filming this video, we're going to fall, we're going to be focusing really heavy on the fall cleanups, and we're going to basically go all in on the videos because we're just finding that the videos are holding the cost per lead longer and they're just attracting a better type of clientele. So we're going to go all in on the videos and we're going to get the client to really focus in on that. That's mostly what the type of changes that we're going to be making going into the fall. And the other thing is obviously with the fall cleanups, we're going to have to shift the offer that we're doing as well. Like the same day mow is probably not going to be as relevant. So we are probably going to shift into like the same day estimate more. Maybe even throw in like some kind of like little gutter thing, like cleaning the gutters or something like that with the fall cleanup. That's still kind of pending that we need to figure out. But definitely going forward, we're going to focus in on the videos because we're seeing that those are working much, much better. So that's basically it for this video. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, if you give it a thumbs up, and share your thoughts below in the comments. And by the way, if you're a landscaper and you're looking for a campaign similar as this and you need our help, you can go to savantmarketingagency.com. Link is in the description, and you can request a free strategy call, and I'd be happy to chat with you.